Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video, we're going to go over what a short-term hold looks like, what a long-term hold looks like, this stock call out of Ulta Beauty Supplies that I called out back in September 2023, right? Potential entry one, potential entry two, potential gains from entry one and two, right? That being said, this is our first time meeting. My name is Kevin McCoy of the Like-Minded Investor. Let's get right into this video. Okay, let's go see. So potential entry number one, 355 to $374. Potential entry two is 318 to $332, right? It's a long-term hold. That's what I put out on here. 51% gain from entry one to the all-time high, and a 70% gain from entry two to the all-time high. All right, with that being said, let's see what happened here. I first replay September 22nd. All right, so this is where I gave everyone the entries. So I gave everyone the entries was right here. Okay. Again, 374 to 355, that is zone one. And if this doesn't make sense to you, this is zone one. Okay. This is zone two. Right. I'm going to erase those and we're going to play and see what happens. First of all, short-term gain. Okay. If you're in and out of the market just trying to make a quick buck, then you need, before you even buy, you should have a level to get out of the market. If you're holding for the long term, you can buy wherever you want. Hold it for the long term, ride it out. That's how generational wealth is built in America the fastest, is through this. Okay. So let's mark out some zones. I had these marked out, but we got support, we've got resistance. So we're gonna mark that out. And then, like I said, to the all-time highs, right? Now let's push play and see what happens. All right. So first off, what happened here? Price came down literally October 18th. So under a month later of when I gave you this call out, tapped it and took off. All right, now let's see what happens. Remember, short-term hold, done. We exit here. Okay. Now, if you're waiting to the top, done. See that? So from entry one to the all-time high of when it broke, says 47, 48%. But if we move it, we're not going to move it. 47, 40, 50% to here. You would exit and you would either move that cash somewhere else or wait for a potential retracement, which I would have never guessed it would have came back down here. I would have entered somewhere in here, but that's besides the point. And then reallocate if you get another re-entry. Now let's see what happens. Push play here. We got a huge retracement. Not only back to zone one, where you could have entered several times, but then it broke, hit zone two, and completely ran out of both zones. So let's zoom in here. If you were to reallocate, let's do some math here. Now we're going to go to the downside too. So if you reallocated as soon as it hit zone one, by the time it hit the bottom of zone two, you were down 14% in 20 short days. But if you also entered at zone two, you are now 24% gain in 41 days. Not to mention what once was negative is now 6% positive. You're in double profits here. Can we get a re-entry? I'm keeping these entries. Yes. Anything below 375 dollar cost average. Let me show you their financials. I'm going to show you how to grade a stock too. Grade a stock, not research a stock. Okay. Ulta. Ulta. Now there's all kinds of stuff here. I have a We're not going over that. We are going on the sidebar to the left. Okay. Financials. Right. Financials gives you income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, dividends. To grade A stock, all you need is the income statement and the cash flow, but they must be growing. To be a grade A company, year after year, it must grow. And then back to back years, it must be growing. So, what does this tell you? That's a grade A stock. Okay, now we go to cash flow. Let's see what they look like. Oh man. Get in on this stock, guys. So, you can see the free cash flow. That's what matters here. All right. 6, 8, 1, 1, 1, 0, 9. All right. It's going down not only to back years, but this year it looks like it's going down as well. But check this out. They didn't issue any new debt, which means they didn't have to repay any debt. All right. They spent money, capital expenditure. That's spending money on your business. And their free cash flow, they just spent to buy back their stock. So when there is a less supply of something and the demand goes higher, what usually happens to price? Yes. If that's what you said, yes, you're correct. It goes up. The stock looks great. They're spending money on the business. They didn't take on any debt. They didn't have to repay debt. And all the cash that they made, they bought their stock back. Guys, anything under $375, I would highly recommend putting a few dollars here. And if we get a retracement, which I don't think we will, you get another one there. Now, their earnings did come out negative, but we are kind of in a recession at the moment. And to be honest with you, the stock dropped down for one day and then took off. The stock literally on that day, see this gap? That was the day of earnings. So on that day, it lost. I mean, it lost 7%, but then bounced all the way back up for a loss of under 4%. And then it ran to the upside. Guys, this is a beautiful stock. I'm sticking with these zones as re-entries. And again, anyone can learn this, you guys. I have an 8th grade educational level. I'm almost 39 years old with 8th grade education, traditional education level. Right? I learned this as a full-time single father of 3. I learned this with a full-time job. Took me 2 years to really understand it and another year to become completely profitable. Guys, anyone can learn this, and that is a fact. If you're ever interested in attempting to learn this, if you're ever interested in learning a new skill set to make your money grow, because that is the wave of the future. That's the only way we get out of this rat race is having your money work for you. For anyone you know is interested in maybe learning a new skill set, learn how to multiply your money, learn how to chart and trade and invest correctly from multiple educators. This isn't from me. The education is not from me. This YouTube channel is free education from me, but you can learn from the same people I learned from. There's a ton of educators to choose from, and if you or someone else that you may know that's interested in this, go ahead and look me up on Instagram at the Like-Minded Investor. Comment, send me a DM, tell me you're interested. We'll hop on a Zoom call. I will show you everything you need to know about the Academy, and we will get you going. I hope everyone has a blessed night. I hope this brought you value, and if it did, please like and share. Comment if you got any questions. Comment if you got anything to say. I will respond to everything. As I hope each and every one of you strive to do your best in life, and I hope you all have a blessed night. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night. And remember, God bless.